Hey everybody, how is it going? We'll wait till I found a few interesting things, not just like one thing. Uh, so yeah, very interesting. I think you guys will find it interesting as well. I will be accessing, or I will be showing Facebook. So if anybody message me through Facebook, just know it might pop up while I'm live. Maybe I'll give that warning in a second since there's only a few in here. But let me pull this up on my phone too so that I will be. Hey Lisa, hey Mimi, Jessica, Crazy Mom, Okie Folky, Connie S. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, my Cash App. Sure. Of course I would. Or I don't know if it's. Hey, Crime Time Connie. Their Nightbot posted it as well with the links if it makes it easier for you. And I appreciate you thinking of me and us. Finally, Crazy Mom, your package is on the way, like en route. Finally, sorry. And same for Heather. It should have been a few days ago. I was trying to find a box to fit those rulers. All right, the rulers, they were like, that's for Heather's, like, it was like odd shaped. I was like having the hardest time. Thankfully, like Fred saved the day and found something to mail it in, without having to use like some kind of huge box for just like a few rulers this long. And that's, anyways. Hey Cats, how's Padre? Linda Lou. So like I was saying, I have found a few things. You just you received it in the mail already? Wait 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. It's giving more time for people to come in here anyways. Hey, Judy. So I think you guys are going to find this interesting as well. I heard also that Cher has proof of Andy being a Freemason. I hope that's true. But what I'm going to show today probably would give more weight to that possibility. It's not about Andy directly, but oh, whoops. Crazy Mom, I was like, I don't think it would have got there by now, because hey, truly trivial. Okay, so you guys know, I guess I'll kind of get started slowly into this, well, so that you guys aren't like bored. I hate like having to wait for a creator sit there and say hi to everybody and, you know, just sit there and wait. It's like one of my pet peeves. So I like to get started right away. And anyways, you guys remember that story that Jody Sue told about the man in the van who offered Andy Bernard like some girls for sale or something? A crazy story. Y'all remember that? And we asked Andy who that person was, and he actually told us, which was, it's a man that goes by Stony. His last name's Stone. He's deceased now, so of course he passed October 17th of 2022. This man, so he passed October of 2022. It says in the hospital, I don't know exactly what, but I think you guys are going to find some information interesting about him. And not just that, do you know that Andy Bernard's wife is a stone? Yeah, she just so happens to have the same last name as this man. But, anyways, what was his name? His name is, this is not about Andy Bernard being a Mason, okay? His name is James Stone. You also have to remember, Andy's real name's not Andy, it's George, too. You make sure you remember that when you're doing your research, which I'm sure you know. But the stone at the memorial thing and wherever they went that time. So anyways, okay, so the man in the van, Stony, yeah, Fred told me that was he was a dangerous guy. But you know, so, and then we know Becca is a stone. Okay. Well, I think you'll find okay, no, let me not get ahead of myself. I think you're going to find his obituary interesting. Okay? February 9th, 1966 to October 17th of 2022. This is who they called Stony. This is a very old picture of him. Extremely old. Let me just make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Okay. You guys obviously see right from the start what I have highlighted. But there's more. There's more. It says James Stone, 56 of Kingsport, passed away Monday, October 17, 2022, at Holston Valley Medical Center. Jimmy was welcomed home by his Savior and his loving family. Jimmy was born in Kingsport, February 9th, 1966, to the late James and Brenda Frost Stone. He was a 1984 graduate of Sullivan North High School and a member of the Kingsport Masonic Lodge 688, F and AM, and has served in the U.S. Army. Okay, people were wondering about an Army Ranger. This guy was an Army Ranger. I don't know of him. I don't know about him driving a blue truck like somebody was asking. So, this guy, a member of the Kingsport Masonic Lodge 688. So this is the guy who was offering people for sale to Andy Bernard. According to Andy and Jody Sue, and he's a Mason. Jimmy had a love of electronics, and he worked at Teleoptics for several years before starting ACI Security. Oh, so he's really good at security and stuff like that? What's ACI Security? We're going to have to look into that. He enjoyed racing go-karts in his younger years, and he never met a stranger. Jimmy truly loved his family and friends. He had an incredible sense of humor and was always making people laugh. Jimmy attended Higher Ground Baptist Church and State Line Baptist Church for many years. In addition to his parents, Jimmy was preceded in death by his son, Evan Stone. Brothers, Ricky and David Stone. Left to cherish Jimmy's memory are his daughters, Courtney Burns, Kaylee Stone, sister Vicky Stone Dykes, special brother Jason Goodman, nieces Kelsey, all those. I'm not going to mention the grandkids, but anyways, the family, it says they had service Monday, October 24, 2022, at the Fireside Room, because he has it on his Facebook page. We'll see that in a second, Moonshine Girl. He has a picture of him. It's on his Facebook as an Army Ranger, former United States Army Ranger. When you go to his Facebook. And then and on here, it even said in the U.S. Army. But did he lie about being a Ranger? I don't know. I don't think so. He's a Mason. So I guess it's very possible. Usually the Masons I don't know. But it says that the services were a fireside room at Oak Hill Funeral and Cremation Services. Anyways. I found some more interesting stuff that I think you guys are going to find interesting. I don't see share for some reason. I'll have to fix that. Do you guys? Maybe it's just me. Let me look. It doesn't say she's hidden. So we know, so anyways, I guess I should have pulled up his Facebook too, but we'll get to that in a second. I guess we'll go to this first. Someone told me to come in here and tell you about Andy and the Freemasons. My proof, I have pictures of him part of all in uniform and everything. That's super public. Yep, facts. There's one guy that looks like him, but they tagged him on Facebook, but from the on that Kingsport Lodge, but the name was different. The guy looked a lot like him, and I thought so too. But they tagged him and had his name on there, and it was not Andy Bernard. If it's the one I'm thinking, but if you could find that he was like, but that would be crazy. But this is like, to me, big enough to show a Mason connection right here. I mean, that's, I think, pretty damning for those who know this case pretty well. Here would be the one. See this guy in the back left? That's who a lot of people thought was Andy Bernard. In some pictures, he looks exactly like that guy. But anyways, hey, I'm pulling up my Facebook, so you might not want to message me right now because people will see your messages, guys. So just wanted to let people know. Okay, so this is the one that everybody has looked into, and this is the one he was a part of. This is the Masonic Lodge 688, Kingsport Masonic Lodge. You guys want to see something really freaking weird, extra weird about this? Guys, look right here at the events to this place. Look how far back it goes. Okay? It goes on and on, these events. Guess when the events stop? Guess when the events stop? No other but the summer of 2021. August 12th, 2021 was the last time that they posted on this page. I mean, coincidence? I don't know. So they stopped posting events here publicly in 2021, but they're still posting here, right here. So why did they stop posting all these events? The summer of 2021. That's weird. Because they're still active. So Andy Bernard himself might not be a Mason, but he's connected to him, and possibly I'm trying to find a way to find out who's all the Masons over here. I mean, I've looked it up, but they're so secretive. I'm pretty sure that you don't have to have your name listed. I'm pretty sure. I looked up on a public website, like the members. I'll have to look again now that I see that. Good old Stony was a member of the Kingsport Masonic Lodge. Good old Stony. The one that Andy Bernard tells us was offering him humans for sale. Dodson's a Mason? Pretty weird that they stopped posting in August of 2021. You know, that would have been right around the time that, you know, people started looking into the Masons. It's awfully freaking weird. Oh, thank you so much for the Venmo. Connie, thank you so, so much. Let's see. I think I have more than just that. Let's see here. I think I have more than just that. 1 second. Okay, guys. Remember, I'm pulling up Facebook, so if you message me through there, it will pop up. Here's his Facebook. Army 75th Ranger, 3BN Combat Medic, U.S. Army Rangers. Combat Medic, 75th Ranger. Yeah, I'm sure there's good Masons. I'm sure there is. But there's some that like to join the Masons because of all the the secretiveness of it. And so there's ones that do get involved. And isn't DD a medic? That's what I heard too. I know. That's what I'm like, when I saw, I didn't even read the medic part. I didn't even see that till now. So I'm like, so yeah, when I read that, I was like, wait, a medic? Hey, Suzanne. Hey, Luminous. Yeah, and this is not saying anything. Like, I know that there is good Masons out there. Just like there's good, like, Christians and good, even SDA members, okay? Like, there's good and bad of every group. Pretty much. Except the ones that are straight up evil and meant for just evil. And then that's like 100% bad. So what do you guys think? I'm trying to think what else. That's very strange. Very strange. Does he have a record? That's an interesting thing to look into too. I think I would think. I would think so, but I don't. I mean, I guess Masons let it doesn't. I haven't really looked into his record yet, but I'm sure one of you guys would that has like Truth Finder or something will do it for me, and that'd be awesome if you could, and just send me his. I know. I thought that was Marlena, but that's not. Who is that? It said Right there. It says 2 mutuals. I don't know. 2 mutual. Oh, Jessica. I don't want to put these people. Of course, one's Fred. But no, that's not Marlena. It does look like her picture, though, doesn't. That is who I was. But popular guy, it looks like. Popular guy. Sounds like has some great accomplishments in his life. Does he have a record that you know of?
I don't know. I just know he maybe 6 months or something.
Yeah.
But I know
how'd you meet him?
Huh?
Was he on drugs?
Yeah, he's in drug scene.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a colored lady out in Knoxville dropping drugs off.
Oh, his drug dealer from Knoxville?
Mm-hmm.
And he was with Candy?
Candy Music. And see, her daughter's pulling prison time right now for all that dope that they stole off the pagans.
Yeah, guys, he got involved with some scary stuff. By Fred's Yard Cemetery? What yard cemetery? You have a yard cemetery?
No.
Like, what the heck, guys? Where do you guys get this stuff?
There are a few yard cemeteries done in that way. But
what's a yard like for what? Animals?
I don't know. I guess what people.
Oh, are they talking about horses or something that were buried?
There ain't no dog, no animals, nothing buried on my property.
Oh, okay. These people are so funny.
There's a lot of family cemeteries in people's yards done in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I would be creeped out if he had a yard cemetery.
I mean, there's 2 on Simpson Landing, where the double trailers is. There's one right there, and then there's some buried right behind Mary's house too.
Mary Sexton.
Mm-hmm. Like 2 or 3 graves behind it, right there on the ridge line, kind of.
So I'm trying to think if I forgot anything here. We've established now that Andy Bernard's wife is a Stone. Which
I know at one night they dropped that dope off out there at Jim Stone's and Candy's to Evelyn Music. That black lady was talking to Evelyn something about summer wells, but I don't know what.
Oh, and that's why you were there, because you were waiting to get some of the drugs, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how you overheard it. Yeah, Fred was waiting for a shipment, and the person that brought the shipment was and it was over. And so you had just met him from the drug scene then, right before you went to jail.
I met him through the woman that he was dating, his daughter.
Oh, okay. Fred said he met him through the woman he was dating's daughter. Okay. And with the last name Music. Okay. Or Music or whatever. So Fred just had met this guy, got in the drug scene 6 months before through his Jim Stone's girlfriend's daughter. And Fred was going over there to pick up, there was supposed to be a shipment of drugs, I'm guessing meth. And anyways, it was this guy and Fred and some others.
I was picking up, it is a shipment of everything.
Oh, it was a shipment of several things? Okay. It was a shipment of several things, but Fred was getting meth. And
I was just picking up mail.
It was a black lady from Knoxville that ended up dropping it off. And Fred overheard this lady and Jim Stone's girlfriend, right?
No. Her
Daughter. Okay. The drug dealer and Jim Stone's daughter's, or Jim Stone's girlfriend's daughter, were talking about Summer Wells. But Fred doesn't know what he overheard them talking about Summer Wells, which he has told me about that before.
The colored lady looks a lot like a lady that I seen at the SDA church that's been posted.
Wow, yeah. Fred showed me a picture of this lady like before that he feels like he's seen her at what vigils and stuff.
No, I thought
the SDA church.
Lady at the SDA church.
It looked. Fred said the lady that was delivering the shipment out of Knoxville looked a lot like this black lady who is a part of the SDA church.
Looks a lot like her.
And a lot like her. And he pointed it out to me before we.
Whether it is her 100% or not, but it looks a lot like her.
And I remember him being like, and I was like, okay, I didn't know what he was really talking about because there's so much information. I was just like, okay. He's like, that looks like, he's like, oh my God, that looks like the drug dealer. You know, I was like, that was delivering the shipment for, and it's just like, I can't keep him straight.
But see, Jim Stone, I always know him as Stony, but most people call him Jim too. But his real name James. But see, he was riding around with a man that drove a white van and stuff, which lives right next to Jody, where Jody's camper is now, back then, you know.
Oh, yeah. And that's where I got that name.
Did visit Ben Hillsong.
But you don't know what Jim drove?
Jim didn't drive nothing.
He didn't drive the van?
No, he didn't drive. He didn't have no vehicle as long as I know him. That's 6 months I know him. He didn't have nothing. Had a little scooter or something, but it didn't run.
You talking about the one that would sing on stage with two other ladies? Fred said, yeah, I think so. But he said he doesn't. I mean, you don't.
I'm not 100% it's her, but it favored her.
The woman looked like her. But yeah, interesting. And why was somebody so interested in who was an Army Ranger? I remember people wondering for so long, and I think even so.
See, the man that Jim was with last I seen him with.
This kind of seems kind of scary, guys.
White van and stuff around time, all 2021 and stuff around in that time. Then see his house burnt after that, and it's supposed to have that mine shaft, or not mine shaft, but slave tunnel or whatever underneath it.
Wow, that's creepy as fuck. The guy that was driving the white van that had the girls for sale that Andy told us was through this guy. I guess he wasn't driving; he was just with the guy. And Fred has a pretty good guess who that person is, and he has a freaking underneath his house. He has there's an old slave quarters or like a tunnels or something.
Or something they was talking about. He had talked about, you know.
That he claimed, anyways. You know that he claimed. You never saw him or anything.
And it's on the road within a half a mile to Jody's camper.
Really? It's a half mile away from Jody's camper right now?
Yeah. Next street down. Next road down.
There was rumors of them having games in the woods hunting humans. That's creepy. Fred said he never heard of that, but you guys, this is scary, actually. This is really freaking me out. This is scary. How did this guy die? I mean, is that other guy dead too that was driving the white van?
No.
And he's scary, isn't he?
Prison after that. That's why his house got burned.
Isn't he scary?
But see,
I mean, I guess if he's selling humans, he'd be scary.
Well, see, the pagans had a bunch of dope come up missing, and they went there because Evan Music was actually the one that picked it up and all that. And then they were supposed to went to his place, and they went there to get the money and stuff. And they sent the assassins out in North Carolina there to collect and stuff.
Oh my God, guys, this is so scary.
It is scary. I mean, you get messing with the pagans and the assassins and all that out in North Carolina.
Yeah, I see a bunch of these people connected in North Carolina. Isn't that where also oh my God, guys, this is so creepy. There's a picture of
You know, when I was in Knoxville at the halfway, or at that meeting that one night, and I was talking about that Sammy girl that actually set that deal up with the pagans and stuff to have the everything delivered. And it all got took.
mm-hmm.
She was actually in Knoxville in the halfway house road and run while I was running.
She was in the halfway house in Knoxville.
Last time I talked to her, she was at Iron Gate, or Iron Gate, not Iron Gate, fucking Gateway. That's yours. Damn meetings.
So weird. Hold on. No, let's not do that, actually.
And see, Sammy lives over next to Sensible Tunnel, the first Sensible Tunnel.
Who does?
Town.
Who does?
That Sammy girl.
Who's Sammy? The one that was connected to all this.
That's it.
Oh, this is really scary shit. People are hiding. Look, people are hiding. You see the likes, like you can't even see it. These people, Bill, let's see if I see any. Brother AB. Who's Brother AB? One day, Brother AB decided to test his theory to see if his absence from the lodge would be noted. Oh, really? Who's Brother A.B.? Here's a Hayes. Thompson's in there. Scary, scary crap. Isn't it weird that they stopped posting right after Summer went missing? That's the weirdest. I mean, they didn't stop posting. They stopped posting their events. See, these are the kind of pictures I didn't even look at any of this stuff. But this is probably where people found proof. I haven't even begun. I see several Hayes. That's the oldies. Kingsport Lodge, Knoxville. Thompson, Arnold. Morrison, Arnold, Smith. See, and this guy was a member of this lodge, and we still have yet to see a picture of him. So, so some people are very secretive. Some of them are out in the open. I have yet to see this stone, a picture of him on here. Thompson, Fields, Hayes, Frank. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Gosh, I don't know if I'm going to sit here. I'll have to look through this later because there's so much. This is a wealth of info right here, you know. This is probably what Cher was talking about when she found some kind of proof of connection. If you go to the very old pictures, my guess. Oh, thank you, wise old lady. See you, Suzanne. Hey, electronic medium. Sorry, I wasn't seeing your guys' comments. I was just, interesting stuff though, guys. You know, we go back, I'll go through this later. I'm sure there's some probably secrets or some weird, interesting things in here that we can, not really secrets, but it might connect some puzzle pieces because it's interesting that this guy just so happens to be, an Army Ranger, a Mason, yeah, very odd. And he supposedly was one that Andy Bernard claims was the one that offered him, you know, offered him this sale. I wonder if Andy said him because he knew he was dead and didn't mention the other guy. We had to figure it out who the other guy was. Who is dangerous. Was I gonna? Oh yeah, I wanted to pull up the events again to show you guys once again, for those just joining, how interesting. Well, for one, we were talking about how. We'll go back to the obituary there for a second. This is Stony. Would be Stony. He passed away in October 2022. This is who Andy claims was the one who was trying to sell him girls in that van or whatever. Anyways, when I look him up, I see he's part of the Kingsport Masonic Lodge. It says here. Number 688. He was he served in the U.S. Army, and we looked up his Facebook, and it says that he was a part of the former combat medic at the U.S. Army Rangers. He was a Army 75th Ranger, 3 BN combat medic. So very weird, because I remember people wanting to know. We're asking about our Army Ranger. Then. He said he had a love for electronics, and he worked at Teleoptics for several years before starting ACI Security, which we need to look in this ACI Security, because so this guy also was good with electronics, it looks like. It says that he enjoyed racing go-karts in his younger years. He never met a stranger. He truly loved his family and friends. But this guy, as you just heard from Fred, was definitely in the drug scene big time, and Fred was there when he was getting a shipment, because Fred was getting was getting something from the shipment, and it was coming from Knoxville, and the woman was a black lady who delivered it, and Fred overheard him talking about Summer Wells, like her. So it must have been like soon after Summer went missing. Weird. Weird. From the outside, he looks like he would be an honorable guy, right? That's the way it looks from the outside. So then we'll switch it over. We also, I mentioned, of course, that Andy Bernard's wife is a Stone as well. So here's his Facebook, U.S. Army Rangers. It says Army 75th Ranger. Here was a more recent photo before he passed in September of 2021. So we go back here and we go to events. Once again, events as far as the eye can see. Okay? But for some reason, they stopped posting their events August 12th of 2021, just a couple months after Summer went missing. Would have been around the time that people were looking into this lodge or into the Masons. Probably, people probably were starting to look into them around that because Summer had been gone for a couple months. And I remember at the beginning, Masons were one of the biggest things that people were talking about. So, and we're not saying all Masons are not bad. A lot of them are really good people who truly try to be the best person they can be and help others and do amazing things for the community. But there's some of them that like to, the secrecy of it and use that as a form of concealment to conceal illegal activities. And if you just get like a few of them in there, bad apples, together, that's all you need. A few bad apples spoil the whole bunch. Unfortunately, it tarnishes the whole name. That's why it's scary even talking about this stuff, because people take their brotherhood of being a member very seriously. I don't know, just weird. Stop posting in August of 2021. It's just very strange. It's not that they haven't stopped, that they haven't been posting at all. Because they are posting. They're just not, they're not posting their meetings for some reason. I was just looking at this one because it was around the time Summer went missing. So I was just checking it out, what they had going on around that time. All right, guys. Well, I think that would be crazy. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go here. Let me see something. Can you guys see what I'm looking at? Okay. I don't think there was any Bernard. This must be another one of his. What's that mean right there with the thing, with the gray thing? Is this him? Is that him too? I'm not sure. Oh, thank you so much for the Cash App. That was him too? Huh. I wonder why he had that Facebook for. When the other one was... Thank you, Okie. Okie Folky. Huh?
Hey, it could have been a picture of him inside a motel somewhere.
Inside a motel?
Because he stayed at a lot of different motels, especially West Side Inn and stuff.
That's weird. Thank you so much for that. So I was just told that, so in this what's interesting, what I did, I don't see Ronnie Lawson on his friends list, but in the obituary, it says that James Stone was a member of the, what church was it? Higher Ground Baptist Church and State Line Baptist Church. Okay. I was just messaged from a really good source that Ronnie Lawson was a member of the Higher Ground Baptist Church for a long period of time. Oh shoot, you can't even see what I'm looking at. I've seen there.
That's on Lynn Garden.
On Lynn Garden?
They donate a lot of food and stuff, Highland, or whatever.
Higher Ground?
Higher Ground, yeah. It's one of the biggest churches in Kingsport.
One of the bigger churches in Kingsport.
They used to have attendance like 1,000 people.
Wow.
It's a big church.
So,
yeah, it's about half a mile from the Tennessee and Virginia line, the church is.
So, trying to think if I forgot anything, guys, that I thought was strange about this. I don't know. It's kind of scaring me. I don't know why. Don said he went to Higher Ground. I guess so. That's what Rhiannon just said. I don't freak out, or I don't get scared or get like creeped out that easily.
It's the A church. Yeah.
It's in Kingsport on Fort Henry, isn't it? Or you could
somebody's trying to say it's right there.
yeah, Fort Henry Drive. 3025 Fort Henry Drive. It's right next to Domino's, Sugar Mama Waxing, Hagen Dentistry, Dollar Tree, Walmart. It's right near Walmart, actually. Catty Corner crossed.
So not too far from Warriors 5.
Right.
Walmart's right before you get to the bridge at Warriors 5, the dam at Warriors 5.
Have you found out who Blue Solo Cup is? Have you seen Blue Solo Cup? I think I showed Fred, and I don't think he recognized him.
Blue Solo Cup is supposedly was raised up on Long Island in Kingsport, where Eastman is now, and he associates with Pete Clark, Craig Clark, Brandon Clark, all the Clark boys. From what I understand.
But we don't know who he is.
I don't know who he is. No.
But you didn't recognize him when you saw him at all?
I just going by what people said, you know.
Well, he tells a lot of lies too. So if he's saying that stuff, who knows if it's true? He's
underground out there when Pete snitched that one out for dope and that murder back years ago. At Hudson's, they had a pool hall and stuff. They called it the underground. Back years ago.
And there was a murder there?
Yeah. That's actually why Pete OD'd. That man finally got out of prison and he got him.
That's the rumor around the creek? That
sent him some bad dope.
Probably happens a lot. If people are dropping like flies, so.
I mean, that's why Pete passed away, is because of him. The one that finally got out.
He just recently passed away a couple years ago, didn't he?
Yeah, that man just got out of prison, too. And he bragged about sending that to him.
The man bragged about sending him that.
He'd been sending stuff to him for a minute. I'm trying to get rid of him. That's why.
Dang, guys, that's crazy. That's scary.
I was around him. I wouldn't even do nothing with him or nothing, you know.
Oh, that's creepy. Yeah, I know, right? If he's gonna lace stuff and kill people, that's crazy. Where was the underground?
Where the Meadowview Conference Center is now, where you turn up to. I'm trying to think exactly road it's on. It's on off of Wilcox. If you go to end of Reservoir at the Meadowview Conference Center, come to the red light, it was straight across the road right there. There are medical buildings there now, but back then it was just a little like store / pool hall.
Right. Arnie worked either for Blue Solo or with him a long time ago. Are you serious? Arnie's worked for everybody and anybody, it seems like. It seems like with everybody. Huh? No.
But I ain't know that that's been probably 40 years ago when that
Oh, really?
murder and all that happened.
And he just got out of prison like a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
About a year before it happened. He even gained Pete's trust back. Pete was actually going to his house. That OD'd in his driveway on some appeal he got.
Is that where Mike Manis shot that guy? Mike Manis?
I actually got him.
Yeah, that's who Fred's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You guessed the right person. He's supposedly the one that went to prison and got out and then supposedly got back at Pete Clark, supposedly. Allegedly, that's a rumor around the creek anyways.
That came from Mike's mouth.
And I guess that Mike dude's going around bragging about it. But he spent like 40 years in prison or something.
More about lost their life too over him trying to get rid of Pete.
Uh-huh. Oh, really? Other people, yeah. So
because he was staying there with them, you see, and sharing the shit that he was getting.
Yeah, he was sharing the stuff, and some other people almost died.
He was done warned what was getting ready to happen.
That is Stanley's other son's uncle, says Moonshine Girl. Blue Solo also claimed to work with Dawn at some point. Yeah, I know. I don't know what to believe with Blue Solo Cup.
Yeah, Blue Solo Cup used to own some kind of remodeling housing building.
Yeah.
Or something, supposedly.
Yeah.
Is what he is.
He works in house,
But last time he come on, when he come up on your panel, I said something about Pete Clark and them, and then they wouldn't come on panel.
Yeah, that is funny that how he's kind of disappeared from trying to talk to me since me and you have got together. Because he used to come here all the time and like always messaging me and always like try. But maybe because I don't really bring him up on panel anymore too. Like I don't really entertain him like I used to. Are you serious, Moonshine Girl? That's crazy. She said she was in the parking lot the night that happened, when that man was killed, or whenever that person was killed, or whoever it was, or whatever happened.
Yeah, I mean, I know the details on it from the ones that had done it.
Oh my
The
God.
boy that was shot was done wanting to leave. And they told him that one. Mike done told him, said, if I walk back through here and you're still sitting, I'm going to kill you. And he went through, was gone through about around 15 minutes, and they come back through and just shot him because he's still up.
Oh my God.
They done had some kind of being problem.
That's craziness, guys. Okay. I think that's enough craziness for now because this is intense. This is intense. A little bit. It's creepy. It's really creepy. I hope and pray that the best alternative, the best thing would be that she went to a family or something that just wanted a child and that couldn't have one through some kind of illegal adoption. Let's hope it's something like that and not related to any of this freaking weirdness. These people, it's crazy. I have never seen anybody,
Used to the two roughest places in that part around East Tennessee was Long Island and Dix Creek.
Oh, really? Yeah. And Blue Solo Cup claims to be from Long Island?
But
and that's a place in Kingsport, guys.
Now, they might be one house in there right against Eastman, but see, they built the Eastman where Long Island was in Kingsport. Eastman used to be a small over in one corner, and then they expanded it and just bought everything out. Because that's where my mom's family and stuff was raised too. With her dad and all of them.
Oh, hey, Nanya. Hey, how you doing, girl? Oh, thank you, Rhiannon, for stopping by and hanging out. Thank you guys all for hanging out. If we found Solo's name, we'd find a connection. Yeah, I couldn't get him to tell the truth for nothing, though, so that's why I stopped freaking messing with him. You know, because
Pete favors Craig Clark.
Craig Clark, which is Pete Clark's brother.
Mm-hmm. Pete favors him a lot. A lot of features like. I don't know if we're related or not.
I'll have to look up. You said Craig Clark? Let me look him up real quick. See if I can.
Craig, he lives on Light Holler Road. Probably around 700 or something.
Is this guy it? Is this who you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Not him?
Yeah, I guess it is. That's all it is. I don't know if that's him or not.
What's his, let me see if, it doesn't have his, it doesn't show where he's from.
Craig, he's nothing in Summer's case anyway, you know.
I don't know if this is.
Locals that think that Pete had something to do with it, you know.
Yeah, that's what I
said that he would go into details about some stuff and cry and go on like he had first-hand knowledge about.
Oh, really? Pete would get really upset when talking about Summer Wells.
Trying to get a hold of that one and take him and do an interview with him that knows everything that Pete said, but every time we try to get a hold of him, he's.
Yeah. Well, if he lives in the area, it's probably not. It's probably not exactly safe or whatever. What area what city did Rogersville for Clark?
Clarksville address up
Craig Clark?
Road.
Right here. Here he is. Oh, okay. This guy right here. But that's an old picture. That's all the way in 2010.
Yeah. Yes. He's blowed up since then.
Well, he looks pretty chubby right here. Actually, he looks big.
He got bigger now.
That one, I mean, that picture is like 15 years old. So, and I know I'm not showing it, guys, because I guess I could show it real. Don't. Okay, Fred said don't. But anyways, just because it might not. He doesn't have anything to do with Summer Wells. And unless it is Blue Soul Cup.
No, it ain't Blue Soul.
Oh, it's not? Okay, I thought you were trying to say since
I just said he could be a brother or something.
Oh, you're just saying he looks a lot like him, that maybe he's a brother of them?
That's what I was
saying. Or related? Okay.
Because there's several brothers up them, you know. They got several brothers.
Yeah. Hey, Suzanne. Hey, guys. I was actually just getting off here because...
Blue Soul Cup, he was saying on PG that he lived on East Stone Drive, so that's on the upper end of Stone Drive. John B. Dennis Park.
Wow. Yeah, but he told me so much stuff, like I didn't know what to believe with him, because it's like all these people mixing in truth with lies. A drunk?
That's the way he acts.
Blue, yeah.
On YouTube.
Yeah, I know. Every time he's on here, I know. He's a proud drunk. He is. But a lot of the people out there in Beach Creek are proud drunks, so.
Real proud drunk.
Fred used to be a proud drunk back in his young days. Yeah. Me too. I used to be a proud drunk, I guess. Not really. I partied a lot, but and I did drink a lot, but it was not my favorite.
I drank a lot on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah.
Next
yeah.
Just partying, bar hopping.
Hey, Tanya.
Bar hopping.
Well, guys.
That's where I first seen Jody Sue at the bar.
I love at first sight.
That's when they lived at Cloud Apartments. That was one of the first times I'd ever seen them.
Oh, and that's when she needed that ride home and stuff. She's so drunk that she was like coming on to everybody.
She got me wild. I mean, I had to go in and get into it and get her out of the vehicle. Well, see, I lived at Cloud myself. That's why I went.
Yeah.
To take her home.
Yeah. Did she look the same as she does now?
Just a lot younger.
Just younger? Hey, Robin. He likes to distract Lisa. That's what he likes to do, and I noticed that's what he was doing with me too. So we would get to talking about something, and he'd like to come up here and get us off on something real silly, trying to be funny.
Who he distracted before.
Right.
In a way, you know.
Right.
Because certain topics comes up, he appears. Somebody else usually appears too about the thing.
Well, I'm surprised I'm on here 2 days in a row, guys. It's your lucky day, so lucky 2 days. He loves Peachy. Yeah, he used to love me too. This was the first channel that he had made his appearance. Yeah, you learn after a while that he's just a distraction. And the only time, like, I add him now is if, like, we're just not really doing anything and bored and I have a high tolerance for bullshit. At the time, it matters where I'm at on the bullshit meter, like, tolerance scale. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Everybody have a great day. Try to stay cool out there.